Thinking about starting your own podcast? Think it's a good idea that you try Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. And Anchor gives you everything you need in one place. And the best part is that it's free. And the other best part is you can use it right from your phone or your computer. And I've been using it from my phone this entire time. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it really sounds great. They'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, I mean Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast, and there's no minimum listenership. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey guys, what's up? So it'll only be a matter of time before you get to see my beautiful face. I'm currently in the process of waiting for my beautiful webcam, headphones, all my stuff so that I can come at you guys live. I was actually expected to get all my stuff by now and you guys be able to see my face and hear what I'm talking about because I plan on being on YouTube, Instagram, all those fun things. I am going live on Facebook to show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm doing a 90-day rehab, but that's kind of hearsay, thersay right now. So basically, the second portion of my podcast, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I'm going to talk about places that you can travel to. And the only reason I choose this is I did a survey. I asked a few of you, your favorite topics, what interests you the most, and food and travel were the top two things that you guys wanted to know about the most. And I figured with this whole pandemic going on and everything being on lockdown, you guys might want to know, what's going on in certain states. So really what I did is I chose some states that are really known to have a lot of people travel to, places that I've been to, places I know people similar to me that like to travel to. So I was going to give you a little bit of update on things that are actually open. So just to date it, today is June 1st, 2020. And as of right now, Michigan, currently live in Michigan. And as of right now, we are currently trying to reopen businesses and things of the sort. Because Michigan was one of the harder hit cities, we're kind of behind in some aspects, but there are also other ones behind us as well. So where I got my information from, so I go on YouTube, Google, all that kind of stuff, Reddit, and people are posting, things that are opening, and I see people on Facebook talking about things that are opening. So, like I said, this was Wall Street Journal. This article was written on May 22nd. It's just a little bit outdated, but I think that it's going to give us really the most up-to-date information as far as traveling goes. So, still to this day, all Americans I'm going to talk a little bit about what I see in my paper, give my 2 cents, and then that'll be it. So like I said, these episodes are not meant to be long. They're not meant for you guys to sit here and have to listen for 30 minutes. I'm just giving you quick tips and some information that I think is great for you guys to have. All right, so still to this day, all Americans are encouraged to not travel outside of the United States for non-essential reasons. One of the biggest people right now, Tokyo and London, there are places that you can travel there, but the thing is, it's still very much not encouraged that you do not travel out of the United States because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get quarantined for 14 days because already if you come from another state, in some states still, and if I'm not mistaken, are still doing 14-day quarantine when you come in and out of different states. Okay, so more routes this month that you might be able to do is Iceland, Portugal, and Mexico may be opening up for the summer months. They're still kind of iffy about, if they want to be letting people in from the United States, but Mexico is definitely thinking about opening up for the summer for us. So beach, parks, campgrounds, and hotspots, all those places are reopening everywhere. The only place that I will say specifically, in New York City, and I'll touch on that again in a little bit, is I know that New York City is the state beaches because they were the hardest state to get hit. There's beaches, state beaches are open, but everybody, like within a city or a county, you know, they have the choice to decide if they want to even open those beaches or not. So really you have to call, you know, make sure if it's state beach, you can go. If you go to the airport, you will get checked at the door. I personally know this from experience because I went to go get a rental car, and they will check your temperature at the door to make sure you do not have a fever. And especially in the bigger cities, for example, Atlanta. I know Atlanta is an extremely high populated, you know, like in Chicago, those places especially, you know, and especially where you're coming from, they're definitely going to either take your temperature or you're automatically going to be quarantined for 14 days. So just be prepared for that. Airlines are capping at 50 to 60%. So if you guys do want to book your airlines, right now is actually a good time to start booking flights because everybody's starting to reopen, everybody's starting to allow flights, and like I said, by the time, you know, fall comes, we should be pretty good to go as far as like not having, you know, worry about your flight getting canceled. A lot of people are banning Airbnbs. So like those private companies that are doing like the rentals and stuff, a lot of the time, most of the time, most places are not doing that right now because there's not good enough safety cleaning protocol for those to be open. Rental cars are available. Those have been available. As far as I know, there's no restrictions on rental cars. Rental car companies are just taking extra precautions to clean the cars. Cruise ships, you do not plan on going on a cruise ship anytime before the end of July. The only thing, the information that I got about cruise ships was that in the it's going to be a 250 passenger cap, which might already have been the cap. I've never been on a cruise ship. And like I said, and this will be likely until July 24th, or we're not allowed to go on cruise ships. Princess Cruise and Holland America specifically are not doing any cruises until the fall. So do not expect any. If you do, I know some mothers do the Princess Cruises. You will get a full refund or credit if you did sign up for a cruise. And, you know, you'll get, it says right in there, you know, call them, talk to them, you'll get your refund, get your money back, or a credit. Same thing with airlines. Not everybody, though. Not every airline is going to give you a refund. Everybody is like, I'm not going to lie, Spirit is probably one of the worst ones. You know, so just talk to them, see what you can do, see if you can get any credit, any kind of voucher to help you out for your future endeavors. Number of hotels are having cancellation. The cancellation's free. I personal experience again. I have canceled a hotel, called them, said, hey, mistake, blah, blah, blah. They canceled it, no big deal. It's really better in times like this to just call people and tell them when you're having issues. Everybody knows that this is a crazy time. More than likely they're gonna work with you. So they're saying, you know, people are saying to book if you want to have a vacation in the fall. It's going to be crazy, especially this year because people are really wanting to get out of the house. In the holidays, you know, we've missed out on a lot. A lot of events are getting canceled, so a lot of people are missing out on those fun times. So if you are wanting to go anywhere in the fall, I highly, highly suggest that you book your stuff right now. I really, really do. If it's open. Or if they even plan on opening. Like I said, it's still just funny. All right, so I'm going to go down the list, a couple of the states, like I said, that I think are important for you guys, that you guys might travel to, and then once I go over that list, I'll be all done. And then if you guys have any questions or you have any comments that you ever want to put on here, you guys are more than welcome to message me, call me, email me, whatever it is. I'm always here. And, you know, I want to be a motivational speaker, leader, all this type of stuff. So this kind of stuff makes me happy to give you guys this information. Okay, so Alabama, I'm just going to go down the list, read it off really quick. And then, like I said, if you guys have any new information, please let me know. And I'll add it to my other thing on Wednesday. So Alabama's 50% capacity for restaurants. Anything that is inside. The beaches in the Gulf of Mexico is open. Arcades, venues are open. And then like all those theaters are open at 50% capacity. Some you have to wear a mask. Some you have to do the hand sanitizer. No crazy temperature control or anything like that. Alaska, I don't know how many people are traveling to Alaska, but I know it's beautiful up there. April 24th, they actually started reopening. They actually seem to have quite a bit of stuff open. You just have to be careful. And I think they're one of those states too where you might get quarantined if you're coming from like Michigan or New York. Arizona, this is another one that I know of that people like to go to. Pools, gyms, and spas are reopening or already have been reopening. And most of the restaurants with outdoor seating, all those, they're open. Curbside pickup is still available. And then you still have the capacity limit at 50%. So the next one that I'm going to go to is California. Unfortunately, California does not have a lot of information on when they're reopening. Comic-Con is canceled for the first time in over 50 years in San Diego. San Diego and Santa Barbara are the main two cities that are in the phase 2 of reopening, and this doesn't even include LA. So LA is not even in phase 2 of reopening yet. I mean, this is like crazy to even think about. But to be honest with you, I didn't really get a lot of information about California. So I wouldn't plan on going to California anytime soon. That's just my opinion. Colorado seems to be pretty decent. Many retailers are at 50% capacity, still the curbside pickup. As far as I know, there's no quarantine in place. But like I said, if I do, I'll let you guys know. Connecticut, the only reason I choose Connecticut is because it's on the east side of the state. It's where some of my family's from. I love that state. So basically on the east side, many things. In Connecticut, things will be open by June 1st, and then just with the safety guidelines, and this includes, those little Massachusetts, Jersey. I didn't name all those off because really they all kind of have those same things, June 1st with the safety guidelines. Okay, so restaurants in Florida. So we got Florida next. Restaurants are at 25% capacity, which is lower. Miami Beach is actually opening today, June 1st, so woohoo! If you guys want to go to Miami Beach is open, and Universal Orlando is actually open today on June 1st with a capacity limit, which is still fun. I mean, you guys can still enjoy some time in Florida, especially with the kids. So Hawaii, of course, everybody wants to go to Hawaii, but unfortunately, if you want to go to Hawaii, plan on being there for at least 3 weeks, because there is a 14-day quarantine until June 30th. So they will do the 14-day quarantine coming from, we are the United States, but Hawaii's disconnected kind of, but yeah. And then especially, like I said, it's all the way until June 30th. So if you want to go to Hawaii, I just suggest you go after June, unless you're already there. Chicago is actually in phase 3 of reopening, which is above most people. So Chicago has a ton of curbside. Places are reopening, bars are reopening. Chicago seems to be doing pretty good. Is from what I can see. Like I said, if you guys have any other info, just let me know. Louisiana, New Orleans, of course, everybody goes to New Orleans. They actually have capacity restrictions as well, so bars, things like that. You can go to museums, zoos, and aquariums, but you cannot go to like water parks, playgrounds, things of that such. It's just not open for the public yet. So one of my last couple things I want to say, so Michigan, you can do lodging and camping. Up here, there's not really a whole lot to do. I'm from Michigan. I never really want to like vacation here or go up north. It's beautiful. But you can't really camp or anything until June 22nd, which is the day after summer, so kind of sucks. You can't do the whole month of June. There are places that you can find to camp at. You just kind of have to do your research a little bit, but you can. And then really stores are close to like 10 people at a time. I know like the ice cream shops, a couple I've been to, they're like 5 people at a time. Some gas stations do, some stores just have 10 people at a time. I mean, we're in the phase of like reopening too. I don't think it's that bad now. I think like things are just slowly like honestly behind our backs even opening up and we're not really realizing it. Nevada, so Las Vegas, as far as I know, casinos are not reopened, and if they are, it's at a very low capacity because that is an extremely good way to supposedly spread germs. Businesses to open at 50%, and then, but this does not include, like I said, bars, gyms, or casinos, which is the whole reason hotels are open, the whole reason people even go to Vegas. If you're planning a Vegas trip, I would definitely wait until, like, later into the summer, to July, if I'm going to be honest with you, to make it fun, to even experience it. New Mexico. I haven't been to New Mexico, but I've heard a lot of cool things about New Mexico. Fun stuff. 25% capacity for churches, retailers, hotels are at 50% capacity, and you do most of the time have to self-isolate, for 14 days, especially if you're coming from New York. And they do carry out. So New York was hit the hardest, from what I read. State beaches are open. Like I said, there's curbside pickup. Everybody that goes outside has to wear a mask. Quarantine for 14 days, no matter where you're coming from, in and out, especially if you leave New York and you're going to another state. If you just came from New York, they are going to quarantine you no matter what state you go to if you come from New York. So be prepared for that. Wouldn't go to New York either. Not even going to be fun. North Carolina and South Carolina. Saved the best for last. So seriously, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee have probably, what I have seen so far, some of the best reopenings so far. So you can go to museums, you can go to water parks, you can go to all the major beaches, the piers, all this stuff is all reopening. It's 50% capacity. They have way smaller restrictions down there. I mean, people are definitely enjoying their time a lot more down there than they are up here. So if you really want to go somewhere, I would definitely suggest South Carolina, especially if you have kids. South Carolina is so pretty, and I have family down there too. They love it. They just built an amazing house. Maybe North Carolina, but either way, that's definitely worth it. Definitely worth the money to go down there. You'll have stuff to do, plenty of stuff to do, and it's warm, beautiful beaches, fun people, all that kind of stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and like I said, if you have any more up-to-date information, please let me know, and I will see you guys later on tonight, or talk to you guys later on tonight. Thanks so much.